All right, my favorite part of the show, SuperCoach segment. Leo's chucked in an interesting one here that we're all going to have a chat about. Everyone's player to avoid or trade out for round 2. Avoid at all costs, some would say. Leo, do you want to start us off with your player to avoid ahead of Big Bash SuperCoach round 2?
Yeah, so I'm picking Spencer Johnson to avoid. So he's 114,000. He's gone down 11,000 already. I still really like him as a player. Like, he's a very, very good bowler, quick, great angle that he bowls. But just based off the first 2 games, Bartlett, Nisa, and even Walter were the more threatening quicks, I thought, who were picking up the wickets. And I just think it's one to sort of trade out now because he's got a break even of 72. So he'll most likely go down in value over the next few games. So that means even if he gets a 50 or 55 and actually has a good game, takes a few wickets, then he'll still go down in price. And I think you want someone going up in value, obviously. So he's one for me to avoid at the moment. May feature later in the season, but at the moment, I'm going to avoid him.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. I don't mind that at all because the other guys are sort of stepping up, especially Bartlett, as you mentioned. I think he sort of surprised me to start the season. He's been dominating. Marcus, who are you going for your player to avoid?
Well, I'm going for Marcus Stoinis.
Yep.
My namesake is 106,800. He's already gone down 10K. Obviously, the Stars with a bye in round 2. So, obviously, got any Stars players, probably anyone other than Maxwell, trade them out or put Maxwell on your bench, which I saw was interesting, actually. The most traded player was, or my team at least, was Glenn Maxwell traded out.
Very weird.
I thought that was a bit crazy considering he should be back for the next Stars game, considering their big break. So, I think Marcus Stoinis underperformed in round 1, so I traded him out at least. So it's up to everyone else.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that one as well. Just he doesn't look like himself at the moment. Doesn't look confident. Hasn't really been bowling much as well in the T20 format. So he might not be worth having as your all-rounder that pretty much the last 4 or 5 seasons, everyone's gone, we need to pick Stoinis. So maybe to start this season, especially the way the Stars are going, nothing in the Stars is going right. So maybe the only player he should really have is Maxi, or personally, I think, in that side. My player to avoid is Sam Billings. We've talked about him a lot in this podcast. We said he was close to a must-have in round 1 just because the Heat had 3 games. Now they've only got 1 game in the most of the rounds coming up. He's 114,300, bit of a T20 specialist, but Jimmy Peirson is back in this side, the Aussie. He's their number 1 keeper for the Brisbane Heat. Billings, I just don't trust him to get a big enough score. I think he's going to have a lot of games this season. I think as he did last season, where he gets sort of 20-odd with the bat, might have a decent strike rate, but if he's getting 20-odd with the bat and his price isn't going up, as Leo mentioned, sort of like Spencer Johnson, who's already gone down a fair bit. Billings has gone down, I think, a couple of thousand just looking at it now. Not that that's that much, but he's going to have to get a decent score the next few rounds for his price to go back up. Also, he's not going to get those keeping points. Jimmy Peirson back, I think you lose, I think, probably 20 points or 15, 20 points if you're going to three catches or something like that. I think it's about 5 points a catch or 10 points a catch. I don't trust Billings to go up in price, and I don't see him scoring many 40s or 50s. I think he's in that side just to score a quick 20. And he's averaging 28 SuperCoach points so far this season, which is not too bad, but you can definitely afford a player at about 110, 120,000 that can average 30 to 40 SuperCoach points. So not going to have Sam Billings in my side this week. All right. I think that's it for the show, lads. We've done pretty well there. We've got through some SuperCoach, get rid of in your SuperCoach. We've got some nars and everything like that. That was pretty good. That's it for the show. We'll be back with this tomorrow, of course, after a huge match tonight. We'll see if the Thunder can get bowled out for less than 15. That would be hilarious, but also annoying because then we have less cricket to watch. So get right around the show. Subscribe on your podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Like and review it, would ya? Chuck a follow on Cricket Today and Cricket Today AU all over the socials. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Send in any questions via the socials, as Brad McKeegan did the other day. We love your ENR questions if you send them in, or anything you want us to chat about. Have a go at us in the comments. We all also love that. Marcus and Leo love replying to all types of comments all over TikTok and Instagram. So that's it, I think. Thank you, Leo.
Thanks, Stats Guy.
Thanks, Marcus.
Cheers, Stats Guy.
Thanks, Joe, for producing or anything that happens in the show. Even when we freeze, he fixes it up, makes us look good. Thanks to me, and that's another episode of Cricket Today done. We're out.